Hello and welcome back to Chillicothe Raceway and the final race of the Blast from the Past Challenge. You've already went through the two qualifiers and in the last chance race, and this is now your lineup to race for the win. We have the 19 of Jeremy Mayfield, the 28 of Dale Jarrett, the 97 of Chad Little, and the 43 of John Andretti. The 16 of Ted Musgrave, the 48 of Jimmy Johnson, the 01 of Boris Said, the 75 of Rick Mast, the 33 of Ken Schrader, the 11 of Brett Bodine, the 30 of Michael Waltrip, the 7 of Jeff Bodine, the 57 of Jason Keller, the 14 of Larry Foyt, the 22 of Elliott Sadler, and the 4 of Sterling Marlin. The 17 of Matt Kenseth, the 24 of Jeff Gordon, the 91 of Mike Wallace, the 25 of Jerry Nadeau, the 94 of Bill Elliott, the 35 of Todd Bodine, the 2 of Ron Hornaday Jr., and the 32 of Ricky Craven. Again, it's going to be a 2-lap race, and it's just whoever finishes first out of those 2 laps. So let's go racing. Alrighty. Here we go. So let's see what Jeremy Mayfield gets. He rolls an 8 right off the bat. Put my glasses on because I can't see the numbers. You get a 5 for Dale Jarrett. A 6 for Chad Little. A 7 for Andretti. Ooh, a good roll for Musgrave and an 8. A 1 for Jimmy Johnson. That's not a good way of starting your race. A 7 for Said. Ooh, an 8 for Mast. Ooh, an 8 for Schrader. That's kind of a bad thing because now you got 4 people on 8. They might be trying to dive it in there 4 wide, and that's not going to work out if you throw a 5th car in there. Got 5 for Brett Bodine. Only a 2 for Michael Waltrip. 5 for Jeff Bodine. Only a 1 for Keller. 2 for Foyt. A 6 for Michael Waltrip. Or not, sorry, Michael Waltrip, but 6 for Elliott Sadler. A 4 for the 4 car of Sterling Marlin. A 4 as well for Matt Kenseth. A 5 for Jeff Gordon. Oh, well, there's another potential wreck. A 3 for Mike Wallace. A 4 for Nadeau. Bill Elliott can only muster a 2. A 3 for Todd Bodine. And a 5, which causes a wreck for Ron Hornaday Jr. They were already in there 4 wide, and here comes Ron Hornaday Jr. trying to slide in there, causing issues. See who's going to be out. An 8 for Dale Jarrett. A 4. A 3. Now for Jeff Bodine. An 8 for Gordon. He's good. And a 6. So it looks like Jeff Bodine got the worst end of it. Ron Hornaday drives it in there, gets into the side of Jeff Bodine, and sends him right into the wall. And right out of this race. And there's a 7 for Ricky Craven. So only 1 car out on the first roll. Excitement already. Here we go for roll number 2. Mayfield gets 5. And a 5 as well for Musgrave. He's not going to let him get away. But a 7 for Mask pulls him into the lead. And only a 1, maybe a little hiccup coming out of the corner for Schrader. A 7 for Andretti. Puts him around the back bumper of Mask. An 8 for Ced puts him right up there racing side by side for the lead. Oh, and only a 1 for Craven. A 3 for Chad Little. A 7 for Elliott Sadler. Keep himself in the hunt. An 8 to keep Del Jarrett in the hunt, but they're 4 wide, so hopefully none of the rest of these 3 cars get an 8, or else we're going to have a wreck back there. 3 for Brett Bodine. A 6 for Jeff Gordon. And Hornaday gets a 3. So you got 3 Bodine brothers in here. One of them's already out, unfortunately, with Jeff. But you got 2 others that have a chance at this. Another 4 for the 4 car of Marlin. And a wreck is what's happened right now with Kenseth. Can't even slide in there. Kenseth and Marlin drove it in there, got together, and they're causing all the rest of the cars some issues too. Let's see who's going to get out of it. A 6, a 4 for Brett Bodine. Oh, only a 1 for Hornaday. A 3 for Marlin, and an 8 for Kenseth. Hornaday gets the worst end of it on that deal. Maybe they went in 3 wide, Marlin and Kenseth. And unfortunately, maybe Hornaday was on the outside and he got stuffed into the wall. Sounds good to me. Nate only gets a 2. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for Mike Wallace. Only a 2 for Todd Bodine. He's not, the Bodines aren't doing all that good. 2 for Michael Waltrip, and then a 4 for Larry Foyt. A 2 for Bill Elliott. A 7. A 7 for Jimmy Johnson. He had a lot of speed, maybe with everybody else getting slowed up by that wreck. And he goes piling in there and causes some more issues. So 4, a 6, a 2 for Marlin. Oh no. A 4 for Kenseth. And a 4 for Jimmy Johnson. So evidently Marlin must have also got up there into the wall with Hornaday. And his day is going to be done as well. 5 for Keller. All right. So roll number 2 down. Here they come down the back stretch, getting into turn 3. Who's going to come out of turn 4 with the lead and have a chance of leading the first lap? 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Rick Mast is not playing around on his first lap. He says, I am going for this win, guys. Ced can't keep up with only a 3. Little stumble going into turn 3. Andretti's keeping pace. Only a 3 for Mayfield. 5 for Nemechek, geez. 5 for Musgrave. An 8 for Elliott Sadler. 1, 2, 3. He's going to keep himself in there. 4 for Urban. Del Jarrett. Geez, it's so hard not to call these guys by other names that I know them better as. 6 for Gordon. A 1 for Mike Wallace. A 7 for Schrader. Keeping close. Only a 2 for Chad Little. He is, well, racing about like he normally would race. 7 for Craven. Only a 2 for Brett Bodine. A 6 for Matt Kenseth. He's getting himself up there. Only a 2 for Jimmy Johnson. He's racing like he has, well, had the last couple years of his career. Nadu, a 2. A 7 for Larry Foyt, which most people don't even know who he is. A 5 for Keller, one of the Busch National regulars. Well, sorry, Xfinity, Nationwide, whatever. I'm old school, so. Let's see, an 8 for Michael Waltrip. He's going to keep himself alive at least. And Bill Elliott gets a 4 to hang out in the back with Nadu. All right, to lead the first lap is most likely going to be Rick Mast. Yep, with a 6. He's going to try to run away with this, guys. Only a 3 for Andretti. Only a 4 for Elliott Sadler. That's going to give him some space. 5 for Sed. Trying to keep up with these guys up front. 5 for Musgrave. A 7 for Jarrett. And a 7 for Gordon. And only a 3 for Mayfield. I don't know. Might want to do a drug test on him. I'm rolling some bad numbers now. 5 for Schrader. 3 for Craven. 5 for Kenseth. 5, not 6. Where am I going? And a 3 for Foyt. 7 for Michael Waltrip. A couple good rolls there, and he's kind of bringing himself in the mix of at least the top 10. Mike Wallace only a 1. Ouch. Chad Little a 4. An 8 for Jason Keller. So he's trying to keep up with it. And only a 4 for Todd Bodine. He's, well, was at that point the best running Bodine brother. But an 8 for Brett Bodine will put him ahead of his brother. Only a 2 for Jimmy Johnson. That's not going to get you anywhere. A 5 for Nadu. And only a 1 for Bill Elliott. He is just not having a good run at all. All right, guys. So you got Rick Mast pulling away from the field a little bit. Let's see what happens on this next roll. An 8. Guys, he is not letting it go. And he just lapped a ton of the field. There goes Bill Elliott. There goes Mike Wallace. And there goes, look at that, 7-time champion Jimmy Johnson is done for the day. Only a 1 for Elliott Sadler. A 4 for John Andretti. A 3 for Dale Jarrett. A 7 for Jeff Gordon. He's like, I'm not going to let him get away. A 5 for Sed. A 5 for Musgrave. He's kind of just hanging out with Sed, isn't he? This little group of cars right here, they don't want to get away from each other. Only a 3 for Schrader. A 7 for Mayfield. Maybe you heard what I said, so he's going to get it going. You don't want that drug test. 5 for Kenseth. 6 for Michael Waltrip. Could also be that it's just Adderall and it took a little while to kick in. 4 for Keller. 3 for Craven. 1 for Bodine. Brett Bodine. 6 for Larry Foyt. A 6 for Chad Little. A 4 for Tom Bodine. Oh, and Nadu gets a 2. Sorry, Nadu. All right. Well, guys, I don't know. I mean, I was hoping for an exciting final race of the season, or final race of the series here, but it looks like Rick Mast is going to walk away with this Cartoon Network car. I mean, anything can happen, but there's quite a gap between him and Gordon, and even a little bit of a gap between Gordon and the rest of the field. So, but with dice racing, you never know what's going to happen. Like a 4. And 4 is obviously enough to get rid of Nadu. But with a 7, that can pull him up a little bit. And 6 for Andretti. Only a 1 for Ced. Only a 2 for Musgrave. They don't want to get away from each other. Dale Jarrett's going to try the amount of charge. 5 for Elliott Sadler. A 7 for Mayfield again. So he's got it together. 5 for Michael Waltrip. A 4 for Schrader. A 2 for Kenseth. He just hasn't really been a factor today. An 8 for Keller. Trying to do the Xfinity guys proud. Only a 1 for Larry Foyt. 7 for Craven. An 8 for Chad Little. Brett and Todd together here. Brett Bodine gets a 3. Todd Bodine gets 5. We go back and forth on who's ahead of each other. All right. So heading into turn 3, you have Rick Mast in the lead. With a... Technically, he could roll an 8 and finish this race. You have Jeff Gordon right behind, only a few spaces behind. And a little bit further back, you have John Andretti and Dale Jarrett, followed closely by Jeremy Mayfield, coming down the backstretch. Then the rest of the field. Who's going to win? Who's going to finish in the top 3? Who's going to finish in the top 5? Who's going to get top 10? All these things we'll know here soon. So here we go. And it's only a 4. That gives a chance for Jeff Gordon. An 8 to take the lead. A 1 for Andretti. A 1 for Jarrett. They got together coming out turn 2 and got themselves slowed up, and Jeremy Mayfield's going to fly by him. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Mayfield pulls it in the 3rd spot. You really didn't like what I said, evidently. Elliott Sadler's only got a 1. Evidently him and Keller got together. Maybe... I don't know, maybe there's some tire smoke and he checked up a little bit. 8 for Musgrave. So he's coming in trying to battle for 3rd. Only a 2 for Michael Waltrip. He slows up with the smoke. Ced says heck with it. And just drives right through and passes all of them. Chad Little tries to drive back through with him. And Schrader. All those guys had no fear and just drove right through the tire smoke. And Craven. And Kenseth. So maybe it was some tire smoke. They all kind of drifted high and all these guys went up underneath them, I guess. 6 for Todd Bodine, so he's going to not be lapped. 3 for Foyt. He's good. And 3 for Bodine. He's not going to be lapped. So they're going to run it out to the end of the race. All right, guys. Wow. How quickly things changed in one corner. You now have Jeff Gordon leading by 1 over Rick Mast, which it's going to be sad. It's kind of going to be like, Rockingham? 94 maybe? Where he was doing really, really well. You thought he was going to win the race, and then I believe Dale Earnhardt got him at the end. So, it's going to be heartbreak again for poor Rick Mast. Then you got Mayfield back here, showing some promise. Quite a ways back. These guys, I don't believe, unless the front 2 have some really bad rolls, I don't believe these guys have any shot at anything. So, but they're racing for 3rd place. So, I mean, it's a battle in of itself. be on the top row of these cars. So here we go. Let's see what happens. An 8. Nothing's going to change. Jeff Gordon has won this race. He won the Blast from the Past challenge, and Rick Mast only gets a 1. He must have had a problem coming to the line, coming around that corner. He only rolled a 4, now a 1. So something must be up with that engine. And now he's lost second to Mayfield. Not good for him at all. 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for Sed. 5 for Craven. Only a 1 for Andretti. His troubles continue down the backstretch. And a 1 for Irvin. So both their problems continue. Chad Little must have got caught up with them a little bit. He only rolls a 1. And a 3 for Schrader. So they must have all tangled up a little bit up there. Only a 2 for Kenseth. Now they're 4 wide, and this can be a problem. Only a 1 for Sadler. And a 1 for Keller. A 7 for Michael Waltrip. He gets around it. But all these guys got slowed up somehow. Well, continue to be slowed up from the accident that happened coming out of the corner. They lost all their speed to go down the backstretch. And Tom Bodine's going to take advantage of it. Larry Foyt, red on their tail. 5 for Brett Bodine. So Jeff Gordon won this race. Congratulations to him. Now we're going to bring him home. So who's going to get second? With a 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 for Mayfield. And a 6 for Mast. He got his stuff together and was able to get back up to second. But right at the line, him and Musgrave together at the line. So we're going to see who won that. We'll have to check the start-finish line camera. Seven for Craven puts him right on the line. So here looks like your top 5. Just what order your second place guy is in. Here's your second and third, regardless. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Geez, where am I going? And then 2 for Michael Waltrip. 1, 2. Rolling the rest of these guys in. 1, 2, 3 for Tom Bodine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for Andretti. Only a 3 for Dale Jarrett. Chad Lowe gets a 4. Kenseth gets himself back together, gets a 7. But only a 1 for Elliott Sadler. And only a 1 again for Keller. Those guys are having a horrible time. 6 for Foyt. And Brett Bodine rolls himself an 8. He still has a chance of not being the worst of the Bodine brothers. See how that works. So anyways, up here for second place, you have Rick Mast rolling a 8. And Ted Musgrave rolls a 1. So Mast does hold on at the line for second place. Third place is Ted Musgrave. Fourth place is Jeremy Mayfield. NASCAR wants to see them at their hauler after the race here. You got Boris Said coming in 5th. So now we're rolling for top 10. Which right now Michael Waltrip has. So that's pretty much going to put him in at a 7. Ain't nobody touching him. So we're just going to pull him right in there. So the battle is here. For 10th place, who's going to get it? A 6. For Kenseth, he's across the line. The 7. For Schrader. puts them going across the line at the same time. And only a 3 for Andretti, who's just fell apart. A 4 for Michael Waltrip. A 4 for Todd Bodine. A 6 for Chad Little. A 7 for Jarrett. A 4 for Foyt. And only a 1 for Brett Bodine. So I guess he's not going to go up there and challenge his brother any. A 2 for Elliott Sadler. And a 3 for Keller for the last place on the board here. So, for, what is this, 7th place? Kenseth got a 5th, or a 5. And Schrader beats him with a 7. Schrader beats out Kenseth that spot. So we got 8 cars up, 9, 10. So here's your 10th. So the next 2 cars across are your top 10 here. Well, the end here. So here we go. Chad Little with a 5. And Jarrett gets a 7. A 6 for Andretti. Only a 3 for Michael Waltrip right at the end. A 7 for Todd Bodine. So we're going to have a 3-way battle for the 10th spot. 2 for Foyt. 4 for Brett Bodine. A 7 for Keller. 4 for Sadler. So, sorry, Brett, but you're the worst of the Bodine brothers, which I guess is probably how it really went on most Sundays anyways. Here's your 9th place car. So now we got a 3-way battle for 10th spot. Who's going to get 10th? Chad Little only gets a 1. To a 3. To a 2. Wow, that was a close one. So Little lost out at the end. Andretti gets the 10th spot, beating out Todd Bodine, and then poor Chad Little lost a couple spots right there at the end. But it is what it is. It's about par for the course. Michael Waltrip rolls around with a 2. Only a 2 for Larry Foyt. An 8 for Keller. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for Brett Bodine. And a 5 for Sadler. We'll roll these guys in. 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And only a 4. Just going to put them in the line. And there you have it, folks. There is your finish order for your Blast from the Past race. Blast from the Past challenge. Jeff Gordon is your winner by passing Rick Mast in the last corner. Rick Mast had a problem. So I hope you guys had fun. I guess we should put him in there. Hope you guys had fun watching. Be nice if anybody sees this, does some comments, and lets me know if they want me to do more, if I've changed some stuff. I was going to do a series with the actual current drivers, and maybe a points championship. Leave me some feedback. Let me know what you think. If I should do 2 laps, should I do just some fun races with just maybe 1 lap, or maybe a 6D? There's some info, or some suggestions at me, and I'll see what I can come up with. I hope you guys had as much fun as I did. See ya.